Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever taken a setup that looks perfect? Clean structure, clean entries, and price just goes nowhere. Then the very next day, with the same exact setup, same pair, same price, and price just absolutely flies in your direction? That's not luck. That's timing. In this kill zone, I'm breaking down why that is. And it is because of Session Killzones. By the end of this video, you will know how to actually use them so you stop trading dead hours and start trading when the market actually moves. If you're new here, what's up? My name is Nick. I've been trading for the past 8.5 years. And over the past 3 years, we've been running this community right here, trading live every single day during the London session and the New York session.
Where the market here could give us more sells towards the downside.
And most recently, over the past 6.5 months, I've turned $100,000 into $4.5 million live. My aim is to help traders simplify their trading process so they're not glued to the charts all day. No nonsense. Just what actually works. Now let's get right to it. First up, what are ICT kill zones? ICT kill zones are specific windows during the trading day when the market experiences higher volume or is expected to exhibit unique behaviors. They're not strategies, they're not entries. They're just time windows during which liquidity enters the market and institutions are active. And when institutions are active, that's when price expands the most. Your job as a trader isn't to trade all day. It's to show up at the right time, execute on the right moves, and ride the wave along with smart money. Another question that you may have is, Nick, why is timing so important? As long as I can see my patterns on the chart, I can just execute, right? I can just print money, right? To that, I would say, look at your charts again. Why do you think the candlestick chart is plotted as time against price and not just price? Think about that. With that, let's get into the actual kill zone timings. I'll keep this as simple as possible. Asian kill zone happens between 8 p.m. EST to 12 a.m. EST. This session is mostly about consolidation. For major USD pairs, Asia typically forms a tight range. Price moves slowly, volume is low, and the market is essentially building liquidity for the next session. However, there are exceptions. The Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, and JPY pairs tend to be more active during this time, since this session overlaps with their local trading hours. Gold, or XAUUSD, can also show movements here on certain trading days. For those pairs, Asia can be a valid trading window. For everything else, your primary focus should be identifying the Asian high and low, because those levels often get targeted later during the London session. To summarize, Asian usually doesn't make the big move. It creates the opportunity to capitalize during the later sessions. Onto the London kill zone. This happens from 2 a.m. EST to 5 a.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. During the London kill zone, there's going to be higher volatility expected for the following pairs: the euro, the pound, the Swiss franc, and on gold. This is where things get serious, and why I'm usually trading live during this time. That's because I show up when volume is expected to be high, so that I can be on site with smart money and ride the wave. London often rates the Asian high, taking stops above or below, and then move in the real direction of the day. Very often, the high or low of the day is created during this kill zone. Next, the New York AM session kill zone. This happens from the 7 a.m. EST to 10 a.m. EST, or for indices, 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. EST. This kill zone mainly focuses on the USD pairs. This kill zone is unique for a few reasons. By the time New York opens, London has already made its move. Liquidity has been taken, structure has formed, and now we have the context for the rest of the day. New York typically reacts to what London has already done. Price often retraces into the London move, rebalancing before expanding again. This is where many clean continuation trades occurs. That said, New York can also deliver reversals. If London's high or low is raided and you see a clean reversal signature, like a change of character, for example, that can signal a New York session reversal instead of a continuation. The key here is patience. Let New York show its intent first. Next, we have the London close or the New York lunch kill zone. This happens from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. EST. This is a very different environment. Entries here are usually of the lower probability. The London close or the New York lunch kill zone is more so for closing positions, not opening new ones. So price action is more about profit taking, retracements, and repositioning, not trying to catch aggressive expansions. This is also why I usually end my New York session streams around this time. The probability of a clean setup drops, and instead of choosing to force trades, I step away, rest, and prepare for the next trading day. Remember, lesser screen time, better execution, more accuracy, more efficiency. Last but not least, we have the New York PM kill zone. This happens from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. EST. I'm going to be completely honest here. I don't usually trade this kill zone. This is because it is way too late for me in the day and it's unsustainable for my sleep schedule. I am not going to sacrifice my sharpness that I need for the next day's execution on a potential trade at 2 a.m. in the middle of the night for me. But the way I utilize this kill zone still creates essential reference points for the new day ahead. The highs and lows during this time are liquidity pools that you can use for the next day's trade. That said, volatility during this period is typically lower than the rest of the kill zones as it approaches the market closure for the day. For completeness sake though, if you can sustainably trade this kill zone and it fits within your schedule, it can still provide great opportunity. The key time period to monitor is 3 p.m. EST to 4 p.m. EST. This is known as the power hour, and the market usually offers one last push before volatility dies down and the market closes for the day. Daily market profile. Before we move on, I understand paying attention to most of these timings and marking up the highs and lows of each individual session can be a massive pain in the ass. So I found something really helpful, an indicator that help you mark out the majority of the sessions. This is called the ICT Killzones plus pivots, bracket TFO. And all you need to do is add this to your trading view and copy these settings. And you should be golden. Here's how a typical trading day plays out. I'll summarize it in 5 main pointers. First, we have the Asian consolidating. This will create the high and low for the Asian kill zone to be used later on during the London session. Number 2, London sweeps liquidity. This is where the market here takes out the Asian session high or low. Once done, then we move on to number 3, where the expansion begins. Number 4, coming into the New York session, price will tend to retrace. And last but not least, for the rest of the New York session, we will see a continuation or a reversal. That's the rough daily profile. Now, for a disclaimer, does this happen every single day? No. But this framework keeps you aligned with probability instead of just guessing. Now, why does higher time frame context matter? There are going to be instances where Asian session creates a high or a low of the day, or London barely moves. How do we avoid such anomalies? Simple. Higher time frame context. This is where most traders mess up. They see a sweep and immediately assume price must reverse. But if higher time frame bias is bullish and London expands aggressively upwards, then the chances of price coming all the way back down to target sell-side liquidity during an expansion kill zone is slim. Think about it this way. I'll use an analogy to give you an example. If you're already halfway on your way to school and you realize you forgot to bring your pens or your pencil case, whatever it is, would you go all the way back home to grab them? Or would you stop by a nearby bookstore and buy them? Price swept the London low, but the real target was actually the 4-hour fair value gap, which we only hit during the New York session. So the high time context of rebalancing the 4-hour bullish fair value gap to then expand higher is more important than just the London low getting swept. This is even higher probability given that it's happened during the New York AM kill zone timing. To make this analogy crystal clear, school is your higher time frame price target. Home is your original reversal point. The bookstore is the zone where price typically returns to rebalance before continuing its journey towards its target. This is why higher time frame context keeps you from fighting the market. In general, I mainly pay attention to higher time frame market structure, order blocks, and fair value gaps, and I align all of this information to see if a sweep or a continuation makes more sense. If you need more information on these specific concepts, I've linked the videos covering these specific topics down in the description below. This is extremely important, so listen carefully. Kill zones is not a strategy. They do not tell you where to buy or where to sell. They tell you when to pay attention. Many traders get this wrong. They think that if price enters a kill zone, they must trade. That's not how it works. What you're meant to do is trade kill zones like a filter. If price is outside these windows, we are relaxed. We are chill. No need to force a trade. If price is inside these time windows, then focus up, but still be patient. Timing always comes first. Execution comes second. Now let me show you how a typical trading day for us look like. During the Asian session, we are mostly hands-off. We mark out the range, let liquidity build, unless the trade is stupidly clear. We don't force any setups that are not clear. When London opens, that's when we lock in. We are watching how price reacts to the Asian highs and lows. Does it sweep? Does it reject? Does it show displacement with intent? This doesn't happen often. But if London gives us a clean move but no entry, that's fine. Because New York usually provides the second trading opportunity. By the time the New York session opens, we already have the context for the day. We know the directional bias. We know the exact key levels. Now, all is left to do is wait for price to come back to us. Here's an example of a setup that we took, a signal that we sent into our premium community, where we took sells of the Asian high, right? On Tuesday, the market here gave us a sweep of the Asian kill zone high. Once the Asian kill zone ended, price pushed up, took out the stop losses above, hunting the shorts. So what price did here was immediately dumped, creating a change of character on the 5, 3, and on the 1 minute time frame. Once we saw the change of character form with the body candle close, we spotted that there was actually an added confluence that helped price push price lower. And this is where we have the inverse fair value gap. This was marked out on the 3 minute time frame. And once price retested the inverse fair value gap, that was exactly where I sent the signal with the stop loss about 100 pips above the entry and target the Asian low. And there you go. Price instantly dumped, smashing our take profit right here, marking us a 1:2 risk to reward ratio with 0 drawdown straight right into take profit. Sniper entry. Remember, not every single day is the same. The market is consistently changing. So what sets you apart from the other 90% of traders is being able to identify the difference where it matters the most. So you can capitalize on the moves rather than get caught up in a chop or a consolidation. Most days are continuation days. London moves price, New York retraces, and then a continuation move happens. But sometimes you get a reversal day. Here's a simple way to tell the difference. If London expands aggressively and holds structure, look for continuation. If London sweeps a key high or low and fails to follow through, be open to a reversal trade idea. You do not need to predict this in advance. You let the market show you. Our job isn't to be right about predicting where price will go. It is to be aligned with what the market is telling us at that specific time. I want to highlight a problem that most beginners have. Most beginners don't lose and blow up their accounts because of bad strategies. They lose because of 3 main reasons. Number 1, they lose because they trade too often. Number 2, they trade dead hours. Number 3, they trade without higher time frame context. Kill zones actually fixes this for you. When you restrict yourself to specific time windows, a few things happen. Number 1, you take fewer trades. Number 2, your setup improves because there are higher probability during these active kill zones. And number 3, your patience is actually trained and increases over time. This is where you start to execute higher probability trades and not just random price patterns. Now, with that being said, risk management still comes first. Let me be very clear here. Kill zones increases the probability that you're getting involved in a trade with volume. They do not guarantee wins. Volatility is higher during these windows, which means stop loss placements must make sense. Position sizing also matters. Discipline is non-negotiable. One clean setup with proper risk management is way better than 5 rush trades. That's how accounts grow consistently. For me, I take anywhere from 1 to 3 trades on average, but I make sure that they are high probability with a 91.8% win rate and check all my boxes for my trading plan. This exact approach was one of the key levers that enabled me to grow my $100,000 live account into $4 million. So if you're new, don't try to trade every singular session that you see. Whichever kill zones you can give your full attention to is the one that you should be trading. Some of you in Australia might find the New York kill zone too late in the day, so shift your focus to Asia or London. Some of you all in the US may find the London session too early, so shift your sessions towards the New York AM and PM session, and potentially even the Asian session in the evenings. Make trading fit around your life, not your life fit around your trading. To summarize this video, kill zones aren't about trading more. They are about trading at the right time. You don't need to be glued to the charts. You don't need to catch every single move. You just need to show up when the market is ready to move. That's how we create a Callisto FX right here. Structured, patient, and intentional. Every single trade, I know I'm going to win with a 91.8% win rate. If this video has helped you in any way, shape, or form, hit that like button so that I know that this type of breakdown is useful for you. Comment kill zones below. I read every single comment and it tells me what you want next for my next video with real life chart breakdowns and live executions. And if you want to see how this plays out in real time during the London and the New York session, then make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel right here and click the first link that you see down in the description below. That's where you'll be able to join our Telegram channel and you'll be notified when I go live. 3 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. GMT +8 every single trading day. I'll see you guys here in the next video.